Oi. Garçon. Cheese. Cheese. We're going to make a sausage, bean and cheese melt. For this we're going to need tomato sauce, we're going to need beans, we're going to need pastry, we're going to need a bit of chorizo, egg to glaze and the star ingredient, smelly cheese. This is number 5, grunge. Okay, this is really simple. This shop-made pastry is genius, saves loads of mucking about, loads of washing up. This is all actually leftovers. These were rejected by the children. The butter beans cooked in pork stock and covered in cream. This is yesterday's spaghetti meatball sauce, which was so good. I actually ate this in bed last night. This was my dinner last night, on bread with like loads of cheddar cheese on. It's absolutely delicious. Recommend that. So this is going to be just kind of like weird bakedy beans. Going to be real rich, creamy. Get a few more beans in there. You know what? You've got to work really hard to get baked beans nicer than the ones that come in tins. How's that looking? Smells all right. Right, let's just dice up some chorizo. This will get cooked by the heat of the sauce. So there's all sorts of continental flavours going on here. Kind of Italian tomato sauce, you got kind of Spanish bean thing and spicy sausage. Then we'll whack it in some pastry, English style, with some smelly cheese. That'll work. Just chuck that in there. Stir it through. Now grunge is a really punchy cheese. Technically it's a washed rind cheese. This is the smelliest kind of family of cheeses. A lot of people get scared of them. What makes them smelly is that while they're maturing, the outside is washed or sprayed with something. This is brine, so it's not as kind of horrendously smelly as some of the French ones. This is a French one that's been washed in eau de vie, and this is, oh blimey, that's so smelly it's actually illegal to take it on public transport or in taxis in the region where it's made. This isn't quite that antisocial. Washing the rind does wonders for the texture. You end up with this kind of salty cream. And look at that, you see there's a secondary fermentation going on there. That's a propionic fermentation. It's the same thing that gives champagne bubbles, is carbon dioxide being released as the cheese matures. Gives it a whole other flavour dimension. Very happy with that. If you didn't wash the rind, it would just end up looking like a square camembert. You get that white penicillin on the outside, but the brine or whatever you wash the cheese with knocks out the penicillin and allows different flavours to develop, and it's a whole kind of other cheese journey, the washed rind journey. I hope you'll try it. I've got to say, that cheese smells pretty good. I think this is going to be all right. So we're just going to lay that in there. Whoop, missed a bit, never mind. Overfilling is always the big problem here. Don't want to overdo it. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It's always tempting. Tiny little bit there. Be all right. Yeah, it doesn't look much, but boy, it's going to be all right. It's going to come out in the wash. Look at that. We just lay on those nice chunks of grunge there, and we're basically going to roll it up. So I'm going to use the paper to fold up the pastry. This is absolutely genius. So far so good. You can hear the oven purring. Then we'll go that way. Look at that. This makes you look really clever, this stuff. Oh yeah! This is a little important detail. Just roll up your ends. Oh, that's going to be nice. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Spin it round. This is going to be absolutely epic. That just like making sure you got a good seal there. Oh, it feels good inside. I'm just going to so I flipped it over like that. Right, and I'm just gonna beat up the egg. Beat up the egg like that, get the brush in there, paint it on. Simple. Right, straight in the oven. Looks good, smells good. I think it's going to taste good. Oh yeah, man, look at that. That grease-proof paper's done a brilliant job. So I just knocked up a bit of that white sprouting broccoli from the garden. I think that's going to go down a treat with it. Should we have a look? Moment of truth. Look at that, gooey heaven. Oh wow, that's got a lot to say for itself. There's a lot of flavours going on there. Look at that oozy, gooey goodness. That's a sausage, bean and cheese pasty with white sprouting broccoli out of the garden, hot sauce and number 5 grunge. Job's a good one. Ooh, look at that. Ooh.